Jerome Lussan is the founder of hedge fund consultant Laven Group. Jerome, thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning. They are deadly serious. That's what you say. It would appear that they are. We've seen a raft of arrests. What signal does this send to the city?
Well, it's a strong signal. The FSA has been trying to convict people for insider dealing for a while. It was very difficult throughout the 90s and the beginning of 2000. Since 2008, we've seen about 5 cases so far, including the high-profile cases of Cazenove, Malcolm Calvert, and now this potential case against More Capital and or some of its employees.
Now, Hector Sant said, be very afraid last year. That would appear to be playing out now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the FSA wants people to behave properly. They've set out rules and regulations which have somewhat been ignored because of a lack of enforcement. Hector Sant has said they will enforce and they will have active supervision, which is the right thing to do. They've recruited a lot in the last year, about 200 people or more, and they're planning to do the same this year. So they are deadly serious, and we can see it from the way they're behaving right now.
Are hedge funds being particularly targeted, do you think?
No, I don't think so. This is more to do with its financial institutions and therefore hedge funds, but not specifically hedge funds.
So what kind of advice would you be giving to clients at the moment?
The advice is really straightforward. Put your systems in place and have the right controls in place. If people are going to be trading private accounts in particular, you know you have a risk. So you have to control what they do. There are plenty of rules and regulations about that. And just bring in the compliance consultants or bring in your internal COO. Have them have enough time and resources to supervise what's going on in the firm.
No, we have been told that the employee from More Capital was trading his private account. That is quite significant, isn't it?
It's not uncommon for certain employees to have the right to trade private accounts. They must disclose that to the compliance officer or other responsible personnel. There shouldn't be any problems if you have the proper systems in place again and enough time to control what they're doing.
So you would feel very comfortable about hedge funds allowing people to trade private accounts?
No, from a responsibility point of view for management, it's definitely a risk. It's an extra risk, so you can either prohibit it outright, which is probably sensible, but not required.
Now, we often hear about grey areas with respect to insider trading. Are there grey areas, or is it quite clear whether or not these people have been breaking the law or complying with it?
The grey comes from the law. The law, there's the Criminal Justice Act, there's the Financial Services and Markets Act. They're two different things. You can prosecute under criminal prosecution or civil cases. The grey comes from the fact that it was so hard to prosecute on the criminal provisions. Now with the civil cases, which have been brought about by the FSA initially, and currently the criminal cases that they're striving to put in place since 2008, the grey is disappearing. The law and the rules and regulations are extremely broad. They catch so much today that I think there's a lot less grey.
Now, we were talking there about those 2008 arrests. It does seem to take an awfully long time for people to end up in court. Do you think that that situation will change as well?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, you know, there are more powers for the FSA to act. The law has changed. We now have the possibility of plea bargaining or indemnity. People talk to the FSA. I think that will accelerate matters. Evidence was always the key problem. If you can bring out better evidence through those plea bargaining arrangements, have better investigatory powers, then that will help.
Do you feel comfortable about the plea bargaining arrangements? They were used in the case of the Cazenove.
Mr. Calvert, yes. I don't know. I think, you know, in a way, we want the industry to be robust. Therefore, we want it to hold up the high standards that we've set for it. We know 2008 was not a good year for that. If plea bargaining can help to a degree without it becoming a snitching game, then yes, it's positive for London.
Is it going to change the culture?
Not immediately, probably, but I think people are getting the hint from the FSA. They are serious about enforcement and supervision. They will enact it. I think, yes, that will change things.
Jerome, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.